fellow doctors. As you know, the banners for WAlter and logos have been officially announced for global. It will go live on October 31st. The hype surrounding these two operators has been hard to miss, especially given how impressive this banner promises to be. Most people will likely recommend pulling for WAlter, and with good reason, of course. She's going to become the strongest sniper in the game on release. But is her strength alone a reason to pull for her? I have a few additional thoughts on this. But first, let's dive into a quick analysis of her entire kit. WAlter or Walter is a 6-star flinger sniper with traits of both artillerymen and deadeye snipers. They have long attack range and deal AoE damage. Each attack inflicts 2 instances of damage, an initial strike followed by a shockwave, which deals half the operator's normal attack damage. Her first talent boosts her damage to the main target and applies an afterimage to it. When this afterimage is hit by the shockwave, there's a 15% chance it will explode and deal physical damage to surrounding enemies and stun them. Sounds good, but that 15% chance may seem hard to trigger, but don't worry, that will change when we will look at her skills. Anyways, her second talent allows her to deploy a summon called the Revenant's Shadow within her attack range. It deals arts damage, slows enemies, and can also attach afterimages to enemies within Walter's range. Additionally, if Walter stays close to her summon, she gains Camouflage. Pretty good talent for a ranged operator, as this will allow her to remain safe and increase her survivability. Now for her skills. Her first skill has a low SP cost and triggers additional aftershocks that stuns enemies, with a slightly larger AoE and increased aftershock damage. It's fairly straightforward and, as expected for a first skill, doesn't stand out too much. Her second skill has a moderate SP cost, boosting her attack, reducing her attack interval, and allowing her to target multiple enemies simultaneously. It also has an overload mechanic, where she does 4 consecutive hits and targets random enemies within her range. This skill is particularly useful in stages with frequent enemy waves, but it's still not her strongest skill to use. Her third skill is what truly makes her overpowered and fuels the current hype. With this skill, she can instantly summon a Revenant's Shadow, and her attack, damage, and attack interval increase significantly. Additionally, the trigger chance for her first talent jumps from 15% to 100%, meaning the afterimage will explode every time it's hit. This essentially turns her into a cheat code with an absurd damage output, melting even bosses with ease. Her third skill does come with a high SP cost, 58 at level 7 and 50 at Mastery 3. However, it's an ammo-based skill, so once activated, it only ends after all ammo is used. Plus, you can manually deactivate it anytime. Overall, a pretty solid DPS unit for both new and old players that can boost value of their accounts significantly. Should you pull for her? Here's my honest opinion. If you're a new player or recently started, or even if you're an old player looking for a stronger DPS, then yes, she's a fantastic choice. She'll make a significant difference in tackling harder stages and all. But as an experienced player, I personally don't find her all that compelling. Yes, her damage is incredible, but that's about it. She's currently in a position similar to where Alter once was. Deploy her, activate the skill, and watch everything get obliterated. The fun wore off so quickly that I stopped using her after just a month. Even though I've pulled every meta operator so far, over the time I found myself drawn to those who bring more variety and fun to the gameplay, rather than raw power alone. For example, Shu giving the enemy Polnareff experience from JoJo, Neural Alter ignoring the deployment limit, Typhon being able to attack enemies outside her range, Reed Alter making my phone explode in 10 frames per second. I could name a few more, but you get my point. Big damage dealers are great, especially with the game's difficulty ramping up and the introduction of more challenging enemies. It's essential to have new operators who can hit hard, but at the end of the day, I am here to have fun. If I deploy an operator and end up staring at the screen with a blank Ayanokoji-style expression, then I'm probably not enjoying it as much. Well, that's just my take. It's totally okay if you feel differently. I was really excited when they first revealed Walter, but my interest dropped fast once I realized she was just a new version of Chinalter. Recently, though, I pulled Ascalon, and she's been a blast to use. Now I'm aiming for Logos because of his unique kit. In the end, pull for whoever you want. It's your account. As long as you're having fun, that's all that really matters. Anyways, that should be all for this video. Let me know what you guys think and who are you saving for? Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.